Good morning, children. Welcome to the science class. So, in the last class, we were studying about the skeletal system. Under that, we learnt about the organs involved in the skeletal system. So, now today we'll move on to the next topic. As you know that our bones do not simply work on their own. Okay, children? Carefully observe a skeleton. When we observe the skeleton, we can understand that at different places of the skeletal body we can observe that the two bones are being joined. Okay, so the here in the picture also you can observe the two bones, they are held together to form a joint. Okay, here you can observe in the picture the femur is the longest bone, and upper one is yes, here this is one type of, this is the longest bone, the femur, and here you can observe the another bone. Understood? So now these two bones are held together at a place, and this point, okay, where the two bones are held together, that point, okay, we call it as a joint. Okay, children? So the bones are held together to form the joints. So this end of each bone, here you can observe the end of each bone, here it is written as cartilage, the end of each bone, okay, here this side and this side. So the end of each bone is covered, okay, it is covered by a tough, smooth, shiny substance called cartilage. The cartilage, okay, again this cartilage at both the ends you can observe, in the upper bone and in the lower bone also you can observe the cartilage, children. This cartilage is again coated, okay, these bones are held, they are kept apart, you can observe they are kept apart, okay, in the middle, in here you can observe, yes, as they are kept apart here by a thin film of slippery fluid, okay, that works like a oil in a machine. Coating a cartilage and the slippery fluid are both are important, that is the cartilage and the slippery fluid which is present in between the two bones, okay, these two are important. So that why they are important, because the two bones, they do not, when we move, as we move, what happens, they do not scratch each other or bump against each other. Understood? So this cartilage and the oily fluid is present in between the two bones. Understood? So now these two bones are again they are held together. You can observe in the right side and in the left side, children. Here you can observe the ligaments. Here you can observe the ligaments are present. Here also the ligaments are, here in the labeling it is given ligaments. So what are these ligaments? So these are the ligaments that that hold both the bones together by a band-like tissues. You can observe they hold the two bones by band-like tissues, and these band-like tissues are called as ligaments. Understood? So our body has several joints. Our body has several joints. So now in this class you learnt that what is a joint? Joint, it is nothing but the bones are held together to form a joint. The place where the two bones join or meet, okay, that is called as joint. And each end of the joint, that is the upper bone and the lower bone, each end of the bone is covered by the tough, smooth and shiny substance, and that substance is called cartilage. And these bones are held together. You can observe these bones are held together on both the sides by the strong, stretchy, band-like tissues called ligaments. Understood? So now, as we know that our body has several joints. All these joints, they show the movement. So with the help of these joints, we are able to move. Except the skull which is present in the head region, okay, so only except the skull, all the other parts of the body are able to move because of this joints. So the bones of the skull are fused and interlocked. In the last class we learnt that, okay, are interlocked and thus show no movement. So we have over except the skull bones, the other bones, okay, 230 movable and semi movable joints are present in our body, children. How many? 230 movable and joints are present in our body. So now we'll move on to the next topic, that is the kinds of joints. So here under the kinds of joints you can observe we have the 4 kinds of joints, children. Hinge joint, ball and socket joint, pivot joint, gliding joint. So now in this picture you can observe that the ball and socket, here down it is written as ball and socket joint, the hinge joint, the pivot joint. Yes, gliding joint is present in the it is present in here in the wrist region. In the wrist region, here you can observe the gliding joint. Okay, yes, in the wrist region you can observe the gliding joint. Here you can observe in the wrist, you know, the where we'll wear the watch. Okay, so the four types of joints are present. These are the pivot joint, the ball and socket joint, hinge joint, and gliding joint. Now we are one by one we'll learn about the joints, children. Okay. Now as we know that the first joint we are learning is the ball and socket joint. So now this ball and socket joint. So these, as we know that the joints present, they allow the movement of bones. They allow the movement of bones in different ways. So as we know that there are 4 different types of joints present in our body. So which shows different types of movement. So these 4 different joints, they show different types of movement. So the first joint you are going to learn is the ball and socket joint. In the ball and socket joint, as you can observe in the picture, children, in this joint what happens, one bone, as we know that the 2 bones are held together, that region is called as the joint. Okay, in in this joint, in the ball and socket joint, what happens, one bone which has ball like end fits into the hollow socket of another bone. It fits into the hollow socket of another bone. It is seen clearly here in the picture. You can see the ball end. The ball end. Okay, children, here. Yes, this is the ball end. Okay, one bone which has the ball like end. It fits into the socket of hollow socket. It will be hollow. Okay, hollow socket of another bone. So in this way these are joined together. So where we can observe this ball and socket joint, in the hip region, in the hip and in the shoulder joint. Understood? So in the hip and in the shoulder joint we can observe the this type of joint, that is the ball and socket. You have to keep in your mind, ball and socket means one bone which has the ball end, okay, like end, it fits into the hollow socket of another bone. Understood? So this type of joint is present. Where it is present? It is present in the hip and shoulder girdle. Okay, so shoulder and the hip joints, they have the ball and socket joint, and these movement okay, it is in all the 3 planes. We can just move our shoulder and the hip also. Understood? Because of this joint present in the hip and shoulder. So now we'll move on to the next type of joint. It is the hinge joint. As you know that the hinge joint, okay, we know that we have our doors in our home, we have doors and windows. So the doors and windows, they have the hinges. okay, to the door, so that it can move forward and backward, children. Here you can observe the hinge. So this type of hinge will be okay, this type of hinge will be fixed to the door and the windows. So the hinge joint, it works like the hinge of a door, and it moves in one plane only. That means it moves backwards and forwards. Understood? So here you can observe clearly these bones. The bones connected by this joint, they move in only one plane. Okay, and these joint, it provides as it with the help of this we can move it backwards and forward. Understood, children? So the movement of the body parts with the help of this joint, we can move forward and backwards in only one plane. Understood? So in the last joint you read that we can move it in all the three planes. Now here you can move in only one plane. So where they are present, where this hinge joint is present, it is present in the elbow, in the knee, and in the toe and fingers. So in the fingers also we can move the fingers in forward and backwards. Understood? In only one plane. So the toes of our legs also we can move it in the front and the elbow and the knee. The elbow and the knee. Okay, there also we can move it in one plane. You can observe this is the four fingers and bones and the toes, toe bones. Understood? So here in this okay, here we can observe the hinge joint is present, children. Okay, so the joints which are present between the bones of the fingers and the toes. Understood? And these joints are called as the hinge joint. So with the help of this we are able to move in one plane. Understood? So now we'll move on to the pivot joint. So where this pivot joint it is present, it is found between the skull. The skull, here the arrow mark is given. Understood? So the skull and the first two vertebrae of the spine. Spine is nothing but the vertebral column. So you know that 33 vertebrae are present. So the first two vertebrae and the skull. So in between these two we can observe the pivot joint. Understood, children? So here what happens, one bone fits into the ring formed by the other bone. So here the ring is formed in the spine, that is vertebral column. So the another bone it fits into this ring formed by the other bone. So here you can observe that with the help of this joint, that is the pivot joint, we call this as the pivot joint. Understood? So where this joint, where it is present, it is found between the skull and the first two vertebrae. Okay, so that as this joint is present in the first two vertebrae of the of the skull, so that what happens, we can move our skull. Okay, by this with the help of this movement of this joint we can move our skull. If you are if you want to tell yes, so what you will do, you'll just move up and down. Okay, without speaking you can just, that is a signal that shows that yes, you are yes. Okay, if you move your skull up and down, okay, it signifies that you are telling yes. And if you are moving it sidewise, okay, it signifies that your answer is no. So from this okay, with the help of this pivot joint we are able to move our skull upwards and downwards and sideways. Understood? So here the one bone fits into the ring formed by the another bone. Understood? So now we'll move on to the next joint, that is the gliding joint. So now in this gliding joint, where we can observe this gliding joint, here you can observe the gliding joint. It is present in the ankle, children. Here in this picture, it is present in the ankle, in the wrist, yes, and between any two vertebrae of the spine, that is the vertebral column. Understood? So here with the gliding joint which is present in the wrist, ankle and the two vertebrae of the vertebral column, this help to give the flexibility of the backbone. Now if this joint is present in between the two vertebrae of the vertebral column, what happens? It gives the flexibility to our back so that we are able to move it, or we bend forward, backwards. Okay, so it gives the flexibility to our back. Understood? Because of the gliding joint which is present in between the two vertebrae. Understood? And the gliding joint, as it is present in the wrist, children, we are able to move our wrist also. Yes, in the clockwise direction also, in the anti-clockwise direction also, we can move our wrist because of this gliding joint. And the ankle also we can, as it is present in the ankle, the foot can be moved. Okay, we can move our foot clockwise and also in the anti-clockwise because of the joint present in the wrist, in the ankle and in the two vertebrae of the spine, between the two vertebrae of the spine, children. Understood? So because of this gliding joint, it gives flexibility to our back. Understood? So now we have read in this class the four joints, that is which are the four joints, children? The four joints we read: hinge joint, ball and socket joint, pivot joint and gliding joint. So now here you can observe in the picture, where is the pivot joint? In the first picture you can observe the pivot joint. It is present between the skull and the first two vertebrae of the spine. Understood? So the next one is the ball and socket joint. This ball and socket joint, one end of the bone will be having ball like end, fits into the hollow socket. Where it is present? It is present in the hip and in the shoulder joint. Understood? When you take up the hinge, joint, yes, you can observe the hinge joint, children. The hinge joint, where it is present? It is present in the elbow, in the knee and in the toes and fingers. Understood? So this helps in movement, provides in the movement in one plane. So forward and backwards we are able to move. The last one is the gliding joint. So this gliding joint is present in the wrist and in the ankle and in the two vertebrae of the spine. So here this helps in the flexibility of our back. Understood? So these are the four joints that we have learnt in this class, children. So that completes our the kinds of joints. Okay, I'll meet you in the next class with the next topic. Thank you.